Hello, this is Dorothy White, and we are here today with Channel 6 for Community Focus. And we're so delighted today to have Miss Carolyn Goodman with us. And she is a person that wears many hats. And I know over the years, Carolyn and I have worked together on a lot of different projects and always very successful and very pleased to have her with us today. So, Carolyn, I know that probably your first exposure to me anyway was through the Extension office.
Right.
So can you kind of tell us a little bit about what you did there?
Well, I guess the first hat I wore was Home Economics Extension Agent here in Nelson County.
Wow.
And I wore that hat for almost 35 years.
I do remember that.
Right. I came on board January 1, 73, and it was a wonderful career, and retired in June of 07. Sure did. I've enjoyed that. I really have.
Oh, that's fun.
Right. Then I went on to wear another hat, okay? That hat, of course, was a Nana hat. A Nana hat, okay? Well, that has been fun with 4 grandchildren, but I'm also involved in a lot of other community activities. So I guess you go from career to professional volunteer, perhaps. So that's kind of where I am, if you will. Music Club has always been something of interest to me, Stephen Foster Music Club.
Now, do you play an instrument or
I play
sing?
an instrument.
Or,
I started piano lessons when I was 8 years old. Started playing in church when I was 12.
My goodness.
And accompanied high school chorus and continued playing in church, and have continued to this day and still playing every Sunday in church. You know.
Wow.
Play at Bardstown Baptist Church, and Betty McClure and I are the organist and pianist for the 11 o'clock service.
Okay.
In fact, we have celebrated our 35th year of playing together, and we have celebrated that with a mini concert.
Oh, and you certainly should, because that's such an accomplishment. But you just touched on something with Extension that I just kind of like to bring a little attention to, is home economics. I have heard this said many, many times from my own daughters and their children as well. Home economics doesn't get anywhere near the focus that it did when we were young ladies. When we were growing up through school, home economics was something I always really looked forward to. It was something that just brought so much, it made you aware of what your poor mother was going through with 4 children in my family and however many children you have at home. But a lot of the young people today maybe need a little bit more exposure to that home economics, because you learn so much from it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, it's life skills
It is.
that are being learned.
Right.
But sorry to say, a lot of the powers that be in education don't see the value, and maybe that doesn't get the biggest attention. So it's being phased out in a lot of school situations.
But I've heard more and more of them are kind of coming back to that a bit. They're realizing that somebody doesn't know how to sew on a button, or someone doesn't know how to fix a meal. Obviously, those are very good tools to know for any person, a man or a woman, to have that. I know that's something I taught my son at a very young age, especially how to do laundry. I thought that was really important that that he picked that up and learn it, to do it for himself, so everyone becomes a self-sufficient adult as they grow into those years. So let's hope that they bring a little bit more of that back into our schools.
The label has changed from home economics to family consumer science.
There you go.
So you may hear a new
Family
term,
consumers.
but it's still those basic skills that are desperately needed in homes. And you know, for a single person living alone, or for a family, whatever the situation may be.
Yeah.
Sure. So let's talk about Music Club. Can we talk about Music Club?
Absolutely. I'd love to talk about Music Club. I'd love to talk about
Stephen
Music
Foster
Club.
Music Club is a wonderful organization. You know, Dorothy, we're very blessed in this community to have so many musical opportunities, you know. And perhaps maybe we should give Stephen Foster a little credit for that, you know.
I think maybe, look how many young folks started out with Stephen Foster, and it's taken them on. I know a lot of folks, that's just, they look so forward to that every single summer, and we have such a nice season here for it.
And we're getting excited with the new stage and
It's
all of
coming
that.
right up.
It's going to be exciting, it really is.
It
Well,
is.
I am a past president of Stephen Foster Music Club. I have worn that hat. I have been scholarship chairman for several years, and we always have the local Christmas home tour.
Right.
That is our big moneymaker for scholarships. And the Stephen Foster Music Camp is held each year. It's been going for 75 plus, and I'm not sure we're
Oh
to
my
80 yet, but
goodness.
75 plus years at Eastern Kentucky University. The Stephen Foster Music Club some years sends as many as 10 students who audition and are selected to attend that camp in the summer. It's a wonderful experience for them. So we always appreciate the community's support by coming to the home tour and supporting that for us.
And
Sure do.
everyone loves the home tour.
Yes.
I know that's something I look forward to every year because you have such a nice variety. It's such a diverse group, and you don't know if you're going to go somewhere official like the Civil, or not the Civil War Museum. I guess they've been on there
Oscar
probably.
Getz was in
Oscar Getz
this-
was on this year, and then the Old Kentucky Home is always a favorite. So the music club brings so much to Nelson County.
Yes, and we appreciate the community support, and that we sure do. In fact, let me give a little bit of plug. Stephen Foster Music Club this month, the program will be Music of World War II by Gary Vitito.
Okay.
It will be held at the Civic Center beginning at 7:30. The program is free, and the public is invited to attend and support our
Do we have a date for that?
22nd of April.
22nd of April.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be here
Yes,
before we
yes,
know it.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Like Monday night
Yeah.
the 22nd.
Now, aren't they always on Monday night?
Yes, yes.
That's
Sure
that's
are.
something for folks, because I know coming off the weekend, sometimes Monday kind of catches you
It does.
by
It
surprise.
does.
It's here already, and so to have an event on that evening, I think that's really nice. I know I've been to a lot of them at different venues, and always unique and always fun to go to.
Right, right. Well, another plug that I have to make while we're talking are the summer concert series that
Right.
Stephen Foster Music Club sponsors. And I always have to say we're continually looking for donors.
Okay.
Because bands do not always play free. So there's a cost involved, sometimes more than others, but we make this available and free to the public who attend. So thanks to our many sponsors that we have, this can be available, but we're always looking for more sponsors. So
Yeah.
we have a donation box that's stationed there
right
at the
there.
park, and we always appreciate anything that anyone would like to drop in there, but we do it. So this starts, and I'll have to look at my notes here, Dorothy. We start officially on May the 31st with the Bardstown High School Music Department, and we conclude on August the 30th with Wildfire, a local band. So we have
Wow.
everything in between. They're all lined up and ready to go, and you'll be seeing more publicity on that. But we're
Right.
excited about that.
Well, I know we have been to the park before, my husband and I, sitting in the stands, and it's just so relaxing, and to have that beautiful music playing, and we like the kind of jazzier more, but we do enjoy all different kinds of music, and that's what you have.
Right.
You have so many diverse, instead of just having one, like the high school band is going to, I'm sure, do something very unique for them.
Right. And we try to have a variety of music, and we try to encourage families to come out so that if maybe the children aren't interested in what they're listening to, they can go down to the playground and enjoy that, you
And
know.
that makes that nice.
And Bardstown Parks and Recreation has worked with us through the years to greatly improve the park. So if you haven't been in a couple of years, better come on down and see all those improvements and enjoy some good music this summer.
Yeah, and so on the 22nd, now you said that one was not at the park. Little chilly maybe still for the park.
That will be our regular monthly meeting of the club.
Okay.
And then the concert starts the 31st of May in
Okay.
the park. Sure does.
Well, we've got a beautiful day out there today, and hopefully by the 31st of May, it's just going to be gorgeous out there.
yes.
We'll look forward to that.
You ask if I played an instrument. Yes, piano. I do dabble around in organ some, but my newest one is I'm learning to play the harp.
Oh my
Now, when you're
goodness.
65 years of age and start,
Now, you didn't have to say
I
that.
know that, but that's a little challenging. So I'm still a beginner in that area, but it's a challenge, and I'm enjoying
is.
that. So I'm not yet ready for a concert yet, but yes, I do play. Yes, that sure do.
Okay. Well, and the piano is something that truly is a lifelong joy. Brings so much pleasure to so many people. Not even as a background, sometimes you'll hear it, and you know, it's just incredible. I love to listen to it.
Thank you. Well, let's change hats again, may I?
Okay, absolutely.
All right, let's move on to DAR, Daughters of the American Revolution.
Okay.
I had not got interested in that until about 2000, the year 2000. I was asked if I would be interested in that, and my first question was, what is DAR?
Okay, so what is DAR?
DAR is the National Society of Daughters of the American Revolution. It is a nonprofit educational program for women of 18 years of age or older who have proven with documentation their bloodline back to an American Revolutionary soldier.
Oh my
now,
goodness.
That sounds very complicated.
It does a little bit.
But it's not intimidating, okay? You might say, oh, I don't have an ancestor. Well, I thought I didn't either, okay? So I searched and finally got so frustrated. Then, with the help of a chapter registrar, one was found for me very easily. I just did not know how to do the research correctly and what directions to look for and whatever. So yes, I have a Revolutionary War soldier who fought in the war, but we don't have to always have one who fought. Perhaps your ancestor may have given horses or food or aided in some other way, but it's someone who either fought or aided in the American Revolution endeavor.
Well, if there's someone that is interested in this and wants to find out more about DAR and their family connection through that, how would they go about investigating that like you did and finding out where their place is?
I'll give two more little plugs here. Here in Nelson County and Bardstown, we're very fortunate to have two chapters. One is John Fitch chapter, and that's sort of, as we sort of say, the city group, okay? Then we have the chapter that I'm a member of, which is Cox's Station chapter. Not Cox's Creek, but Cox's Station, which there was a station there, and there was a fort there during the American Revolution. So I would be happy to give my cell number.
Okay.
502-507-1950. You could contact me, and
that's an easy one to remember.
Oh, it is. It is. And I would be happy to talk with you about it. You can also go online and read some things about, general things about it, more about it. But it's just a wonderful organization. We have three simple missions. We promote historic preservation, we promote education, and we promote patriotism. Someone may say, oh, you know, I think I got the Good Citizen Award when I was in high school. We have just awarded 3 of those, and John Fitch also awarded. Those are outstanding seniors who exemplify leadership qualities, patriotism, community service. It's a very prestigious award. So you may know bits and pieces about DAR, but not totally about the organization. So we're always looking for members, and applications are made, documentation is secured, and then the application is sent to Washington, D.C. to be verified.
I just think the whole idea of investigating that and finding out about that in your own family, because like you said, most of our families have certainly participated on some level. So interesting that would be to see where you fit into that mix.
God, home, and country are our 3 emphasis. God, home, and country. And in that order. So it's very interesting.
It is. That sounds very interesting. And I see here that you have this beautiful case with these many, many pins. And I know you have been in it for several years. How many years did you say?
Since I had become a member in 2004.
Okay. So my goodness, these are a lot of different pins and awards that you have won. And can you tell us how you earned those or how those things...
Well, we laugh and say in DAR, it's all about the pins. And so some people choose to have a few pins. They could probably have more. Some choose to have a lot. The pins are either through a donation to a different project, and then you can purchase the pin, or you have done service. For example, I have the state chorus pin, which I have been state music chairman for several years, so I could purchase the state chorus pin. I've also been on the national chorus, and I have been the accompanist for that in Washington, D.C. So I also have the national chorus pin on there.
Okay.
We have just a multitude of different projects.
Can I just ask you about a couple that are catching my attention?
Yes.
This beautiful heart with words on it. What was that for?
That is a past President General's pin. Each administration has their own insignia pin. Okay. The current one is this one.
That's beautiful.
So all of these are past President Generals, which are our national presidents, so to speak. But that one is one from that particular era.
That just caught my attention because that is so beautiful. And then again, the one at the bottom that looks almost like a medal, you know, from a war or from a.
This is the official insignia. Let me put this. Maybe this would be a
Yes.
better perspective. And this would be
There
the
you
way
go.
it's worn.
Okay.
Okay. This is the official insignia of DAR.
Okay.
This is my ancestor bar, Henry Sparrow. So that's who I was admitted with membership on. Then anything that goes on up, in which I'm aspiring to have more ancestor bars. Jacob Alford was my first ancestor bar. And many people have rows and rows of ancestor
my
bars.
goodness.
That's sort of their thing. Other people choose to do service or donations. So it's all about the pins, we say, but you wear them with pride. and honor.
Absolutely. Well, they're just beautiful and fascinating. And this is probably a music
chorus.
award. I'm seeing that.
This is Virginia Pen. My ancestor was from Virginia, so that's the Virginia State Pen. Kentucky's pen is on up there. So that each one have a story to tell. There's a Vietnam one in there somewhere, which my husband was in Vietnam, so I wear that in honor of him. I have a World War II one that I wear in honor of my father, who was in World War II. So each one has a story.
I just love that. And, well, I think that's it. I think folks, when they see DAR, they think they're, oh my gosh, you know, that was 100 years ago. That was so far ago that I don't have anything, you know, to do with that. But they certainly do. And I love that you've got such an interesting arrangement of those. They're just beautiful. Each individual one is so special. And I'm sure very special to you.
They are. And I have to say that you can't just put them on in random order. There is a protocol and there is a specific order. So, for example, the top one here would be my highest office that I have served, which at this point, when I had this one, was a district director of the state. There are 6 district directors, so I had that one. Now I have a new hat that I will be wearing beginning July 1st.
So beginning July 1st,
Yes.
what hat will you be wearing?
I have just been elected and installed
Oh my
as Kentucky
goodness.
Society Daughters of the American Revolution chaplain. So I will add that pin to the very top, and that will indicate that that's my highest one. So I'm
My
very
goodness.
humble and very honored to be stepping into that. And it'll be a
that's-
3-year term.
And that is quite a role and a lot of responsibility, but I can tell, obviously, from what you've done already, that you look forward to these coming years and that you're going to make them very just memorable to the
Yes.
folks that are participating. And I think that's what this is all about, is for God and country to have such a treasure and so many things to offer.
One project that our chapter did 2 or 3 years ago, you may remember this, the Vietnam recognition service that was held at Parkway Baptist Church.
I certainly do remember that.
Right. That was the year we were to honor Vietnam veterans. You know, for those veterans coming back, they were not well received.
I was going to say, long overdue.
Yes. So our chapter started the monumental task of identifying people who had served in the Vietnam era. Okay.
Right.
Well, we thought we could do that, and the names kept growing and growing. We had over 450 names, and we recognized those with certificates and pins at that event. Because of that event, and it was so well received, we received first place in the event that recognized the most Vietnam veterans at one event. So we were very honored But that was not the reason we did it. We did it to honor those men and women who gave their lives and who gave their service for our country.
Well, and those of us that were of an age when they were going through the Vietnam War can have such an appreciation for that, because there was so much turmoil going on during that, and so they just didn't receive anywhere near the honors that they should have. So, you know, now is the time to look back and to have an appreciation for that, as you have done, you know, with other wars in the past. And obviously these folks are giving, you know, not just their lives, even if they did make it home, sometimes a very difficult situation for them, as we're seeing continuously now. And obviously that's something that the United States has sometimes done very well and sometimes not so much. And so I think with the Vietnam War, they're certainly trying to make up for a lot of the things that didn't happen then.
Sometimes if I'm out in public or whatever and I see someone in uniform or whatever, I will say to them, thank you for your service. And it's interesting to see the reaction you get.
Right.
It's like, first they're kind of taken aback, and then it's like, you're welcome.
Right.
They don't
Right.
expect to be thanked, but I feel that very strongly that we need to
Right.
thank them.
We have that in our family as well. My father and my husband's father and my husband, and it's just something that we can be very, very proud of and want to share that with others. But I did notice something over here, I think, that we may have skipped over
Well,
with
maybe we can go back.
the music group. And I'm just seeing this picture here on the back, and that is very nice. And can you tell us a little bit about
tell
this
you about
celebration
that.
book? It says 2013.
That was when Betty McClure and I were celebrating our 30th year of playing together.
Okay.
My daughter pulled a little sneaky and took photographs and compiled it into a booklet to present to us. She also did a Vietnam War entry book for us that I did not bring that, forgot to bring that one with me, but that was also our entry for that Vietnam event. But that's our 30-year celebration, and again, we have just celebrated 30. That was a major concert, and then we had a little mini concert for 35 years.
Well, that's something you can certainly be proud of as well. This is a lot of good work that you've done. I know at the Extension office, they valued all the things that you brought to the table there, and then you've moved into some very interesting other things as well. And you don't want to just sit back and rest. You're actually, you know, participating in so many things, and then your family life as well. So
one of my coworkers who had previously retired before I did gave me a 2-year pocket calendar, and he said, "You will need that." And I thought, sure. Well, I keep a calendar just like I did when I worked.
Oh, we
because
do too.
I
We do
choose
too.
to be busy. And yes, I never have enough hours in the day. And I'm so grateful that I have the health, you know, and the time and the opportunities to serve with a lot of different organizations.
The wonderful opportunities and the ones that you're offering our young people of tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have an appreciation for these things as well. And we just want to thank you so much. Is there any other thing that you would like to share with us
No,
today?
but thank you all for the service that you provide to our community as well. Thank you.
Well, we just have to thank Channel 6 and the community focus that this group started years ago, and they brought so much to Nelson County and spread that throughout Washington and Marion County as well. And so we just try to bring attention to so many wonderful things that we have here in Nelson County. So thank you, Carolyn, and thank you for joining us today.